Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Saunch here. Welcome back to another episode here on BNN, the Bodybuilding News Network. If you find yourself enjoying this style of content, definitely consider subscribing in the near future. But let's go ahead and go into what I want to talk about today, or at least one of the first videos is I know we talked plenty in plethora, in volume, about the Pittsburgh Pro yesterday and the day prior, as that was the Pittsburgh Pro weekend. But we also had the IFBB Pro Florida Grand Prix that I wasn't aware of. So I wanted to give a little spotlight to the ladies and gentlemen, and other, of course, that competed at this show. So let's go ahead and dig right into this Masters competition. So let's see. Let's start off with Bikini. Let me get my notes together. In first place, we have Angela RUSCILLI. Angela RUSCILLI ended up taking home the gold in Masters Bikini for this show. And the last time we saw Angela, she did compete in the Open at the Charlotte Pro, but she also did the different Masters divisions there. So that would be the last time we saw her. You know, taking a look at her physique, it's always interesting to take a look at these Masters competitors because it's always going to be, you never know what you're really going to get, I think that she looks phenomenal for, the competition that was on the stage. Very complete, nothing really blown out, small midsection, vascular. You don't really see a lot of vascularity in Bikini, so I love seeing that. Making some big improvements here. She placed fourth at the Charlotte in the 35 plus, and obviously winning this year's Florida Grand Prix in the women's. Oh, let's see here. She won the 35, she won the 40, and that's it. So she won two different divisions here, 35 plus and 40 plus in the women's bikinis masters. Congratulations, Angela. Second place, Maisha Rogers. Please forgive me if I butcher the names. It's not in ill intent. I just suck at names. But placing second here, we saw her fairly recently at the Atlantic Pro, Coast Pro, the Atlantic Coast Pro, placing outside the top 16 in the Open, 10th in the women's 40 plus bikini, and that was it. So she didn't. Maybe they didn't have a 35 there or anything like that, but looks like she did fairly well in the 40s. Just outside top 10. So definitely could make improvements there. But she did make improvements with this Florida Grand Prix top 2 finish. So congratulations to her. I do believe this does count for qualification points for the Olympia. So best of luck to her. She looks like she's doing a lot of shows so far this year. Actually last year, apologies. So she did last year's Atlantic Pro. We haven't had the Atlantic Pro this year. So clerical error on my part. Do apologize. But congratulations, Miss Rogers, on that second place finish. Next up, in third place, we have Jacqueline Nelson, finished up this show. And again, a competitor we just saw at the Atlantic Pro, Coast Pro last year. And then, on top of that, she also did the Nashville Fit Pro show, and she also did last year's St. Louis Pro. Now, I do believe she did not do this year's St. Louis Pro, but we did see her last year. Landing anywhere from, top 6 in the 40s plus to second place in the 50s plus. So she's doing really well with her age brackets. Not coming a little short on the open divisions, just outside top 16. So I know it's always competitive in the bikini class. There's so many people. They had like 30 something people at the Pittsburgh Pro for the women's bikini in the open. So it's just bonkers to see. But congratulations, Jacqueline Nelson on that third place finish. In fourth place, like I was just saying, LARISSA GODOI actually ended up in fourth place. And we just saw her at the Girl Power Pro. I have done the notes for that. I did all the overlays and the graphic overlays for it. I just haven't found the time to make those videos. So expect me to be knocking out, let's see here. The Girl Power Pro, the St. Louis Pro, and the Warrior Classic Pro. I know we briefly covered the Warrior Classic Pro in classic physique, but I want to do my due diligence and cover it for all divisions. Just try to share that love equally. But congratulations, LARISSA GODOI maybe, on her top 4 finish here at the Florida Grand Prix. And finishing off in the awards ceremony is going to be your top 5. Sophia THAETER, like theater, but the A and E are switched. So Sophia THAETER ended up in 5th place here. We also saw her, a lot of these people, we saw them last year at the Atlantic Coast Pro, placing 12th in the 40 plus. So making massive improvements here in this 35 plus category. Top 5, winning some hardware, some awards. I'm sure she's happy with that placing. And then before that, placing outside the top 16 in the 40 plus at the Tampa Pro. So a very stacked lineup there. Lots of competitors to compete with. So congratulations, all these ladies. As always, check out the description of the video, find their Instagram tags, follow them, support the athletes, support our community, and check out their sponsors if you're interested in supporting them in that manner. But of course, you can always like and subscribe, and that always helps out my motivation to cover these smaller shows, as I know I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who does it. So, but let's keep it rolling, guys, ladies and gentlemen, and other. In the men's classic, in the men's physique masters 35 plus, we have 8 gentlemen. We're going to be covering the top 5 as always to make sure we're being fair across the board for all these shows. It's either DAJUAN or DAQUAN. R. Freeman won this show in the, like I said, men's physique masters over 35 plus. He won this show. Pretty solid physique. I think he's even going to be competitive in the open scene. Now, he has one of those scorecards that's all jacked up. I'm not going to just sit here and talk smack on NPC News Online. I think I do that in every other video on just how unprofessional they are with these athlete scorecards. But he placed first for this show, and then we just saw him at the Charlotte Pro. Apologies, my notes got a little jumbled up, but again, those scorecards are just terrible. But he has like 2 or 3 different scorecards, so I'll make sure you guys can see all the different physiques that he has. But he did 2 different divisions here, the 35 plus and the 40 plus, winning both. So collecting lots of hardware, but he is not over 45 yet, so he did not compete in the 45. But congratulations. I know this would qualify you potentially for the Olympia. I'm not sure how that works, but congratulations or maybe it's for the Masters Olympia. Isn't that coming back this year? So maybe this qualifies him for the Masters Olympia. Definitely let me know, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Please let me know down below if that qualifies him for the Masters Olympia. Next up, we have Peter HAUGABOOK. HAUGABOOK. Apologies, of course. He placed second at this show. Before that, we saw him most recently at the Charlotte Pro. At the Charlotte, my wife stopped it and said she was heading out for something. So, placing 2 in the Florida Grand Prix, placing top 5 in the Charlotte Pro, in the Masters 35 and the Masters 45. So placing 5th place in both of those. And before that, we saw him at the Baltimore Pro and the Pittsburgh Masters. So really, a really thick portfolio, competitive scorecard for this gentleman. Top 2, nothing to bat your eye at. I like the way he looks. He's got a good structure, flows very well. Kind of gives me gives me like a Dexter Jackson vibe a little bit with the bald head and just the structure, the way his physique flows. But anywho, congratulations, Peter, top 2. Eric Neal in 3rd place. This guy's been busy. So this is his pro debut since he's been competing all the way since 2017, trying to knock out that scorecard, pro scorecard. Scorecard and pro card. I always mix those ones up. Anywho, Eric Neal with a pro debut, placing top 3 at his first show. I know he's going to be happy with that. Good structure, good flow. Definitely going to see him in the near future. In 4th place, Edward Romero. I do believe I couldn't find this guy's Instagram, so please let me know in the comment sections below if you know this gentleman and you have his Instagram. Please let me know, as always. But top three here, and then also a pro debut. He won his pro card in the 40s plus at the 2020 NPC Teen Collegiate and Masters National Championships. So congratulations again to back-to-back pro card debuts with Eric Neal and Edward Romero. Number 5, finishing off this video. I do appreciate everyone who's stuck around this far. Please let me know what shows you want me to cover next. But in 5th place, Terry, I think it's Terry, how many times did I say that in a row? 5 times? Mr. Terry Washington 6 times now, placing just outside the top 4. 5th place, still getting the hardware, still getting the awards. The last time we saw him was actually at the Ben Weider Natural Pro last year in 2021, placing 7th. So always cool to see those natty fellas competing competitively. He does splash into the men's open physique from time to time. He did big shows last year like the Europa Orlando, the Chicago Pro, the Tampa Pro, and then he also did the Atlantic Coast Pro in open. So a lot of open competitions for this gentleman. I like what I'm seeing. He looks fresh. He looks like he's ready to do a few more years. He's been bouncing around in the NPC all the way back from 2016. And then it looks like he made his pro debut back in 2019 at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So cool guy, cool physique. Make sure you guys check out all their links in the description of the video. Support the athletes, support our sport. And if you want to be part of this community, definitely consider subscribing. My name's Saunch. As always, thank you so much for checking out this channel and checking out this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed the coverage of these smaller shows, and let me know what you want to see next in the comment sections below. But that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one.